everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Shima and I'm a painter, and for today's video I wanted to show you something that is really exciting for me. I was doing this oil painting and I decided to show you guys the process and how I actually managed to finish this painting. So the idea actually came to me one night. I was sketching and I was thinking about a new project, and if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I love to combine some surreal elements with female portraits, and this time I decided to combine portrait of a woman with an octopus. Lately I'm actually really inspired by Art Nouveau and combining those elements somehow into my works. It's really fascinating to me that how you can actually achieve this modern look by experimenting and just combining different elements from the past. This is how this painting actually was born. I wanted to show how an octopus actually can be combined with a feminine energy. I added some other elements like flowers and the gold frame to make it more appealing. So I decided to start the painting with the portrait of the girl, and I really wanted her to feel powerful but still serene. And her eyes, I spent way too long tweaking them to get just the right amount of intensity. I change a lot of my paintings while I'm doing them because somehow the first idea seems pretty okay, but then I don't like some parts and I totally change it. The good thing about oil is that you can easily change whatever you don't like. And for this painting, I also did that a lot. And for some parts, I just deleted some parts and I added other parts. And it's so fun. This is the thing that I like about oil painting, because none of the other mediums have this capacity for you to do that. So it's a bonus. Was one of my favorite parts to paint, although it was a little bit challenging. I decided to make it a little bit more flowy and dramatic like my previous paintings. also was one of the things. I took time building up those layers to make it feel soft but still realistic. If you notice in my paintings, I'm not a very realistic painter, and I always want my paintings to have that painting look, if you know what I mean. So I don't go extreme ways to make it seem realistic, because that's not what I like, honestly. For me, it's mostly about those colors that I want them to just pop every time I paint. Flowers were my way of softening everything up, to be honest. I love how they balance out the boldness of the octopus. And yes, I may have redone the blue flowers on the right side 3 times because they were just not working for me. And that's the thing about oil painting. You can just keep changing it, as I said. So the gold frame and the flowers was a bit of an experiment, to be honest, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work at first, but I wanted to look fancy but not over the top. So I played around with the highlights and shadows to give it that metallic look. So the challenges for me was definitely moments when I thought, what am I doing? Like at one point, the whole composition felt way too busy and I had to step back and simplify some areas. Like I deleted some of the leaves, the green leaves. I didn't like the colors. I thought it's not balanced, so I deleted those, and instead I decided to just go with the flow and continue doing the design of the octopus. So that's the part of the process, I guess. You learn as you go. As I said before, the most important thing about oil is that it's very forgiving. Although it can be challenging because the drying time takes too much and sometimes it doesn't dry the way you want it to dry. Like some parts has this sheen to it, but some other parts are finished like matte color. So it's a little bit challenging to make it all smooth and creamy looking. touches are always the most important part. Once everything was in place, it was time for me to add the details, added little highlights to the octopus and of course to the girl's face. I changed her eyes, I think more than 3 or 4 times. As you can see in the painting, it's just changing a lot. Those last details are always my favorite part because they will just bring everything to life. So honestly, when I step back and look at this finished piece, I felt so proud because as an artist, you just want your story to be told through a canvas, and it's just one frame that you can do your magic with. I like this painting because it's bold, it's weird, and it's totally me. I love how the colors pop against a black background. I mostly use black backgrounds for my oil paintings because I feel like this darkness that it's on the back, and then I just bring these colors. It's just like I put some light into this darkness and those colors just pop. I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me that really does make sense, so much sense. So if you're thinking about trying oil painting, go for it. Just give it a try. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of challenges at first, but practice makes perfect and you're gonna learn. It's actually easier than you think it is, so it's worth it. Plus you will learn a lot of things along the way, as I did. I started oil painting almost 3 years ago now. It can get boring sometimes. That's why I always try to do other mediums so I don't get bored. And if you get bored of a piece, you're not gonna definitely put all of your efforts. Like, it's not gonna be 100%. So I try not to do that when I get bored. And sometimes, like actually while I was doing this painting, I started 2 other oil paintings and I was doing sketchbooks and drawing and this and that. So when I go back to it, I feel the first excitement that I had the first time I started the painting. So here it is, the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click on that button, and I'm gonna see you next time. Stay creative.